Welcome to Flat Earth Debate Live. I'm your host Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification icon and join button if you'd like to become a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member and keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you would like to support the channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live, and there's also a coffee, Patreon, crypto and thanks button in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you'd like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the nature of Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcomed back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel, so please share the show on Facebook and X. Now we are joined by Neil, Adam, Sensual, and a couple of people in the Flat Earth Debate Discord server, so welcome one and all.
Just when I thought miracles didn't happen anymore.
Good afternoon.
I'd hardly call my return after a few days off a miracle, Neil.
Oh, a few days. 2 weeks is a few days. You
Not
could
2
have had a
weeks.
whole new jaw put in that time.
Not at all. I did Monday and Tuesday live shows, and also on the day I had my tooth out, because the pain just got too much, I just gave in and just told the dentist to pull it out. I did a video on flat Earth benchmarks that day in the morning. So I intentionally got up very early because I'd figured out where something was based on Ordnance Survey. I'm like, okay, I know that spot. There's going to be a whole load of noise early in the morning. Now, what I didn't factor in is there's still noise first thing in the morning. It's just bird noise, which isn't so bad, but it was distracting enough for me to put music over the top of it and one person moaned. They're like, I can't quite hear what you're saying. It's like, there's nothing to say. I'm just pointing to this thing that's been chiseled into the wall of a church that shows that Earth's measured flat. What else can I say other than here's a flat Earth benchmark proving Earth's measured flat? Now, there's only so many ways you can say that. You know what I mean? So I dragged it out to a 4-minute video, I think. That's just me walking up going, I'm going to be going up to see this flat Earth benchmark. It's chiseled into the wall of a church. It's made by Ordnance Survey. They did them for about 60 years, up until about the 90s. Anything else? Earth's measured flat. You know, what else is to say?
There hasn't been a link drop for 2 weeks. That's all I know.
No, I did do one on the Monday. We did a live show, Neil.
Yeah, I don't recall. Let's get busy now that we're back in action. What do we got?
Got a variety of high-quality microphones that I need to sell to keep the mortgage paid. There's been a bit of
How
a
you
lull.
feeling anyway? You okay?
I'm all right. I mean, this is the most opportune moment to do it when you know that there's a seasonal lull in viewings coinciding with me doing a book along with a lot of help from everyone else. Big shout out to everyone who's helping with the book at the moment. It's mostly other people's work at the moment, as Brian, if he was around, would be quick to point out. It's like, you're not doing anything, it's not yours. He like wants me to relinquish ownership of my own bleeding book just because other people are going over it and refining it and editing it while I sit and watch. Suddenly it's like, oh, this isn't even your book anymore. I know he's just joking with me, but that's the kind of crap I have to deal with. But while that's going on, I know that there's going to be a certain lessening of the views. So while I try and work my way through these lulls in YouTube statistical terms with extra work, right? Omi being the most recent example last year. So if you look at the timeline, you'll see me making videos on Omi TV about this sort of time when there's a lull. Well, I'm like, that ain't going to happen. And I took it seriously when people told me how long the book would take. I'm like, okay, fine, I need to factor that in. And off my own back, while that's going on, two things have happened. One is I've started up a little business flogging microphones to keep the mortgage paid more than anything. I'm still going to actually pay the bills. You know what I mean? But moreover, it's like, well, if I'm not going to be in a position to do the videos, or extra videos, I should say, then that might be the right time to actually have my tooth pulled out if I'm going to have one pulled out and my body's screamed at me about, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, as the case may be. saying get rid of this rotten tooth that's all nasty and making you feel like you're in miserable pain non-stop. So there we go, that's been resolved, along with me actually finishing off, I've been saying that for weeks, setting up a little business, which is in full flow. I'm quite pleased. I'm actually paying the mortgage with microphone sales, so I'm quite pleased about that when I actually bank money from it. And Earth's still flat. You know, I've still been obviously going out making videos about things like flat Earth benchmarks. In case you don't know what that is, look up the word Ordnance Survey benchmark, and you'll find out exactly what that is in the UK. Earth is measured flat. Did you all like that video, by the way? I don't know. I have no idea what the response was. The last thing I did before taking opiate-based painkillers and sitting going, oh, I hate life, it's so much pain. So I don't even know what the reaction was to that video. That was a couple of weeks ago. That's a cue to you guys to tell me what the reaction is. Did anybody see my video about flat Earth benchmarks?
I have not. No, I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, damn, I've been clipping my line the whole time. Just turn this show down a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm testing microphones on my OBS and I've made a setting change that I shouldn't have. Anyway, I've turned it down slightly. If anybody was hearing clipping, my bad. You didn't see the flat Earth benchmark video?
Negative.
Oh my God. Well, that's because YouTube doesn't share any. I mean, I should know. It's the same old, right? Nothing ever changes. So yeah, that's not surprising, is it? So nobody's been shared my flat Earth benchmarks video. Right, let's play that. Okay. So this is what I produced a couple of weeks ago. Let's just put it in a nice spot. They give away what video we'll be covering today, but there we go. Once the ads are over, I'll present this properly. So this is OS benchmarks, letting you know Earth is measured flat. As I say, I produced this a couple of weeks prior to now, just before having a tooth out. This is an Ordnance Survey benchmark. This style being called a cut mark. It's cut into buildings all over the UK. And this benchmark has an exact height above sea level, noted by Ordnance Survey. That's 6 AM to be exact. And we are on the hunt for a cut mark. Now, a cut mark is an Ordnance Survey tool that have been used here in the UK for about 60 years. Where we are heading is Mary Magdalene's church. But there is actually a cut mark on this church, so that's where we're going now. Admittedly, right, because I've put music over the top and I'm mumbling to myself while I'm getting up here, all I'm saying is, here we are at the church. This is where I got married. That's all I'm saying, but you probably can't hear it because of bird noises and music in the background. So fair enough if you moaned. I'm not going to go back and video this section for you to hear what I'm muttering to myself about. Okay. I'm pretty sure I know where this cut mark is, based on the photos I've seen online. It's 30 centimetres above ground, next to one of these doors. Yeah, this is where I got married, to Paula. I think the cut mark's just round here. So if I'm right, no, I'm not. It was there. Can't be too many places. There's only so many spots it could be. Oh, is this it? Yes, it is. There it is. Here is our Ordnance Survey benchmark, 30 centimetres above ground, exactly as I said it would be. Mary Magdalene's church, closer to this cut mark. This is an Ordnance Survey cut mark, and it is a benchmark that they've been putting in place in buildings around the UK right up until the late 90s. Okay, so I've paused it on it so we can actually have a look at it. It looks like a little tabletop or a little horizontal line with 3 lines going up to it. Yeah? And they just carve it into buildings and note the height. And from what I understood, having done a tiny bit of research, I even linked a video to it, so I found someone else who'd done a much better job of the video. Why is this symbol hidden everywhere? I don't know the name of the videographer to credit him, but I did link his video, so if you wanted more information than I was prepared to give you about the one that was near me, about these cut marks, benchmarks as they're called, he did a better job. But as I say, the last one was installed, I think it was in 1998, and they started in, I think, the 40s or 30s, something like that. So about 60 years of doing these, measuring the whole of the UK, flat. That's the symbol for it, right? Now, if you don't know it's there, you don't know it's there, right? You'll just walk straight past it. But once you know, you know. Now, was it you, actually, Liam, that mentioned it in the comments? You said somebody had pointed these out to you, along with saying, oh, yeah, but it's only because it's so big that they'd be measuring it all flat.
I don't recall that, to be honest.
It was someone somebody will be furious at me now, going, why did you say it was him? It was me. But yeah, somebody mentioned it in my comment section on that video. I could go and look. I'm not going to, though. I'm going to leave it as a surprise for whoever goes and looks on that video. So I'm not going to link to my own video. We have got other things to do today. But we should do a bit of housekeeping, really. We've had a couple of weeks off, so let's do a bit of housekeeping. Any evidence of a physical geometric sphere edge that's a horizon formerly known as Earth curve?
Negative.
Any evidence of axial rotation of the Earth-based variety?
Are you talking about movement?
There's a heliocentric assertion that the Earth is turning about an axis, aka axial rotation of the Earth-based variety. Is there any evidence thereof, Neil?
Yes, the stars. 15 degrees an hour, correct?
Well, no, that's the stars, Neil. The inference that we're moving as a non-inertial turning reference frame beneath the stars to cause that not actual deflection at 15 degrees an hour you describe would be an inference that Earth is turning underneath the stars. Well, that would have consequences like shortened flight times. A flight from Charlotte, North Carolina to Los Angeles would only take about an hour and a half if Earth was turning underneath. It's not.
Nathan?
Yes.
It was OB lines.
Ah, there you go. OBE lines. I gave a microphone. Isn't that nice that I'm now flogging them and he's there, having been given one for nothing about 2 years ago when I bought my NT, just probably longer than that now. I don't know how long I had that Rode mic, but he was just starting off as a videographer, and I know from experience, having done it myself, that at that point, you don't invest, if you're sensible, anything into your YouTubing, right? You just deal with what you got. And that's what he was doing, and I'd been given an upgrade, a computer upgrade, so I gave him my old computer and my old mic, and I was like, there you go, because he had loads of transitions, and my computer was reasonably powerful, or more powerful than what he had. I think he was using a Mac. And it just kept on every video I'd watch of his, I'd be listening to him going, we'll just wait for the whirly world to finish, and then we'll get the video up, and we'll just wait for my transitions to actually take effect, and then we'll get on with whatever we're talking about. It's like, oh, I'm sick of this. I have my computer and a mic. So he's now using a Yeti. Right, okay. But yeah, he exactly explained that one of his friends had explained how Earth was all measured flat with these benchmarks when pointing them out to him. Followed by, it's only because Earth's a really big sphere. As you'd expect. Any scientific evidence of gravity?
Funny you should say that. I was watching this show. It was called Things Uncovered by NASA, like this really top secret stuff. And they were trying to reinvent gravity. And it just don't work. I mean, because they were saying scientists, they're trying to do it, in outer space, that place where, all of this nonsense goes on. And they just can't do it. The woman said she got sick and her equilibrium was off, and it just don't work, man-made gravity, because we're used to the gravity that we're used to here on Earth.
What are we used to? Come again? What?
Yeah, in other words, the gravity that we deal with here on Earth, that we're born into, and we've adjusted to it. They can't recreate that in outer space to make any space colonies. You understand? I mean, it's obvious.
No, not at all. Quick shout out to LJ, who says, when can I pre-order your Flat Earth book? I don't know. Soon. I don't know, 2/3 of the way through polishing what has already been written. I don't know the answer to that question, though. I want to be able to say, soon, as in next week, or put a month on it. I just don't know. It is imminent, though, right? Neil, you're generally there when we're doing the book editing, are you not?
I'm thinking maybe the end of summer.
End of summer? Yeah, I'd say that's a realistic time frame. You know, we're talking a month or two. Maybe a bit longer. Because there's going to be other people that also go through it after we've gone through it. But thank you for the super chat, and it will be soon. It will be this year, absolutely without question. What year is it? 2025? It will be in 2025, for certain.
Yeah, it might be a good Christmas gift.
Yeah. Well, like I say, there's a lot of stuff going
long.
on. That's what I was going to talk about. You know, you're not doing the show and you're thinking of, well, you maybe do, maybe don't. Think about what you'd be talking about if you were on the show. Well, what I'd be talking about is some of the reactions that I have been privy to because I've been slightly more time rich than usual, in the respect that I can actually watch some of our opponents' videos and what their reactions are. And there's some of them with the misapprehension that we're all disappearing and disbanding. It's like you've been given false hope by Will Duffy. Will Duffy wants you to think that we're all going to just disappear because there's been a, quote, exodus. Earth's measured flat. There's nothing going to change that. Right? I'll still be here saying those words till the day I die without any stress as a consequence. Now I know that you, the people listening to me, the one I'm addressing now, right? You anti-flat earthers, the ones under the misapprehension that somehow flat earth will go away now. Yeah? A few of the commenters as well. All right, this is what you do when your flat earth grift fails. No, on the contrary. It's been anticipated. That is to say, me doing microphones as a requirement when you're on the absolute edge of poverty doing your YouTube videos day in, day out, when you know you're not going to have as much time to do them. You're like, well, I'm going to have to do something about it then, or I will go out of business, so to speak. Not even metaphorically now, they do actually have a little microphone business going, which I'll run into the ground now that the book's almost done. It's like I've started it up, got it to be a success almost immediately because I know how to do it, having done retail for years prior to this. And once it's set up, I could like hand it off to someone else. Here you go, it's a successful business. What I'm going to actually do is run that sucker into the ground, turn it all back into cash, and keep the roof over my head as I do so. But yeah, I've kind of got a bit addicted to it because it's a bit like gambling, which is no good thing, right? Every little purchase is a little gamble, right? Because it might be broken and junk and go in the bin. It might be working and worth more than I've paid for it. Well, that's exciting, right? But it's just basically gambling. And then when I went to my folks, who are now very elderly, and explained to them what I was doing, they were very, very encouraging. Now, I was kind of going to them going, I feel bad. It just feels like gambling. It just feels like something wrong. You know, you're buying it for the absolute pittance and screwing the price down as low as you can to then turn around and sell it for the absolute maximum you can squeeze out of it. And my folks were like, well, yeah, that's business. Excellent. Really well done, son. I'm like, what? I feel wrong. Anyway.
You all right, guys?
Hello. Good to have you.
How are you, mate?
I'm all right. All right. I've got a lot going on again now. I've started the show back up. A lot going on.
Look, what are you up to recently?
Say again?
Oh, I need to clean my desk. I said, what are you up to? What's going on?
Shouting out super chats. So shouting out OBE lines. I still have both the Yeti and the PC. Thanks. Your community is awesome, and I appreciate your help. Says OBE lines. Thank you for the super chat.
Are you streaming on YouTube there?
I'm talking while you're freaking talking by the seams of things. You asked me what I'm doing, and I told you. Let's close that dickhead's line. What are you doing?
Sorry. I'll mute.
Already irritating. You said, what are you doing? I'm shouting out a super chat, I say. Then I start shouting out, and then before I finished it, you're asking me what I'm doing. Very annoying. Thank you for the super chat, OBE lines. Got you in the end. Yes, you're the chap I mentioned earlier who's had a Yeti, which is coincidental as I'm flogging mics. My bad for snapping your head off. Whoever you were.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your
It's
super
all good.
chat. Can I? Sorry, where's the link to your stream so I can see it? Sorry.
Let me get it straight. You've interrupted me shouting at a super chat to ask me where the frickin' live stream link is. Correct?
Yep. Correct.
Okay. I don't know. It's on YouTube. Nathan Oakley 1980 is the channel. Is there something else I can help you with?
Perfect. That'll do.
You just want to watch yourself interrupt me shouting out a super chat, right? Fair enough. Say hello to Mum.
No,
hey,
no,
Mum.
I just
I'm on YouTube.
There we go. I've got it sorted.
As long as you keep it muted, otherwise it'll cause audio chaos. Anyway, who are you? Do we know you?
Yeah. I will keep it muted. I doubt it.
How can we help you?
I was interested in the flat Earth.
Interested in flat Earth? Okay.
Yeah.
Got some measuring to do or something?
Measure? What do you mean, sorry?
I said, have you got some measuring to do? You're interested in how flat Earth is, and I said, have you got some measuring to do or something?
No. I'm interested in your theory of the flat Earth.
You're interested in
what
my
I should
what?
say, I guess. In your theory of the flat Earth.
Flat Earth, that's a category error. Theory's a scientific term that comes after experimentation. Describing Earth as being flat is just a description of what is. That's not something you produce a theory for.
So, your description of the flat Earth, let's say that then.
But that's self-contained, therefore redundant. Flat Earth is self-contained in the
what
description.
Are you saying? What is self-contained? What are you saying? Sorry.
Flat? That's a description, isn't it? You asked me for my description. You have to stop talking to get my answer.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. My bad.
Flat is a description. You've asked me for my description of my description. Flat is a description. Earth is what it's describing. As you interrupting before I've got to the end of the same sentence, you've interrupted that twice now. I'll try again for a third. That's the third interruption. Third interruption.
Just keep talking.
I will if you shut your bleeding mouth while I answer you.
No.
Third attempt. Flat is a description. You've asked me to describe something. Flat Earth, you asked for a description of it. What do you mean? Redundant or what? Flat is describing Earth.
Okay.
Anything else?
What? Like that? You've just told me that what you've just said with slightly more complex words. You've said the Earth is flat.
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. So it doesn't really prove anything, does it?
Doesn't prove anything. It's describing what it is.
Yeah, but is the Earth flat?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Go through your slides so I can disprove them one by one.
I go through my slides. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's how it's measured. Earth's measured flat.
Earth isn't measured flat.
So did you say Earth isn't measured flat? Is that what your response to it was?
Good rebuttal.
I mean, it is in certain cases. In like
name one.
In what that isn't measured flat or is measured. I mean, I'm a farmer. I have to take into account the curvature of the Earth because we have a field that's 400 acres, and we have to take into account the curvature of the Earth on our tractors.
An acre's a linear square distance measurement, isn't it? It's linear.
But
it's not
we
curving.
have to, the computer,
I'm answering you and correcting you. You're wrong. No, you're wrong. Just shut up. No,
okay,
no. Hectares, acres, these aren't linear. That's not a curve. Okay. It's an area that's linear in its measurement. It's the second time you've interrupted. Were you dropped on your head? Can you hear me talking? Shit for brains. Can you hear me,
I can hear
farmer?
You talking, but
Farmer, I'm still asking you something, farmer, and you're answering before I've asked you. Were you dropped on your head, farmer? Were your careless farmyard parents so stupid as to drop you on your frickin' head? I'm talking.
Keep talking then. Explain and I'll disprove.
Yeah, I did. Hectares are not curving, they're linear, you dumbass. Did you hear me?
Thank you.
Yeah, so they're flat. They are a flat proof. Hectares, acres, they're not curving. Are you hearing me, you completely retarded farmer dumbass?
Shush, it's okay. It's okay.
Remove this
Shush.
asshole from my presence.
Yeah.
Remove
you
him.
want me to be removed
Moderators.
'cause
Is there a
I'm proving you
moderator
wrong.
in the house, or I'll have to move my
Yes,
mouse?
yes, mute him, yes, indeed.
No, I'm asking
because
the
I
moderator if he'll
spoke
do it,
the
because he
truth.
now won't shut
Because
up
you're the
while his
troll.
belligerence
Because
gets
you're
on.
the-
You just interrupt me every time I
I
tell
run
you
this
something
show,
that
you
makes sense.
stupid retard!
That's why I'm talking to you. You don't
Yeah, and
want
I'm
any...
telling you that you've just proved Earth's measured flat with acres. It's linear.
Yeah, but you won't...
Yeah, but you won't shut up when you prove Earth's measured flat.
Kate, listen.
KK, listen, dickhead. You are the one telling me it isn't flat, and you've given me a linear flat Earth measurement.
You're getting so worked up. Just let me speak, okay?
You've spoken about acres, and they're linear. It's a flat Earth prerequisite that you can measure this distance, this square area, that's linear and flat Earth proving by measurement.
Listen.
I urge you, you stupid dumbass farmer! Now answer me, you complete retard. Were you dropped on your head by your farmyard parents? Retard, were you dropped on your head? You've just proven flat Earth with your... Oh, someone's put him on mute, finally. Now we can get on. The adults can talk. The idiots.
He's not acknowledging Acre. He's got to acknowledge that.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, Chocolate.
Yeah.
Who's making those? Who's mooing?
It's got to be sensual.
Yo, how the hell do I find the link? Like, what happened to Skype? It's just, like,
Skype's
this
Come on,
dead, I think. I don't know.
Skype
I'm
is
using
gone.
Teams now. I've moved over to Teams because I assumed Skype died on the 5th.
It did die.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. Well, I had to log into Teams. How do I find? Is there still a master B?
Are you
How do I find it?
interrupting my live stream to ask me about freaking join
Yes.
links?
Yeah. Would you rather go back to the farmer?
Not
Who's
at all.
proving flat Earth? I mean,
With acres.
I don't know. Yeah, with the acres.
If you go to Teams, it'll take you through it, Choco.
I love how they tell me
I'm in
to
there
shush
already.
after they prove Earth's measured flat with their measurements. I'm a farmer, I measure Earth flat with acres. Oh really? Well, that's a pretty much flat Earth measurement that you've just confirmed. You're going to tell me to shush on my own bleeding show now, dumbass? Dropped on your head much?
Yeah, that's a first in almost a decade. A farmer saying he has to take into account the curvature of the Earth for a farm. How do you do that? With acre? That's weird.
Anyway, we have actually got a video to cover today. So I don't know if Chocolate will sort out his affair with Teams. But this is PT194. I don't know who this guy is. I vaguely remember the name from some time back in the 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. Relatively distant past. Anybody else familiar with this guy? PT194? He's getting a link. So there you go. If you're in the live stream chat, you can go and check him out. Might be on our side. You remember these names and you're like, yeah, Pete, good guy. But is it because he's a bad guy that I remember his name? I remember Ian, I think it was Ian Hislop. He's like editor of Private Eye. He does Have I Got News For You? Explaining that in the private schools, if you were a bad egg, getting in trouble all the time, your name would make its way up to the drunk headmaster and all the other teachers in the teachers' lounge. Staff room, as we would call it here in the UK. And it doesn't matter that you're hearing Billy Bloggs' name because he's an absolute terror. It's just when something comes up that you need a kid, random kid, you just remember that name. Oh, Billy Bloggs on it, jolly fine chap. And it don't matter that they've got in trouble or that they're in a complete, blighter. Anyway, right, PT, I've put his name in the live stream chat, so go and check him out. Give him a nod. Let him know. At Nathan Oakley 1980 sent me with a polite comment that doesn't immediately get removed by the YouTube videographer. That's PT himself. Or by YouTube, if you're really rude. But don't even be passive-aggressive, because I'm sure it'll just annoy the videographer. But I'm sure he wants help in the YouTube algorithm. He's only got 600 and something, or whatever it is, 957 subs. So I'm sure he'd appreciate getting shoved over 1,000. If a few of you want to subscribe to this guy, good, bad, or indifferent. So at the very least, please help him along with this video by letting him know at Nathan Oakley 1980 sent me.
So why is he wrong? Well, because we know where the sun is overhead at any given moment, he is essentially assigning that spot with non-coordinates. So what's
Non-coordinates. The coordinates are going to be on a Cartesian system with respect to the GP of the sun in the first instance, though, isn't it, PT? So when you're describing the sun and its positional data, you're going to need a flat Earth to measure it. Like described on screen with this right angle designation below the point that the sun's being measured at with an angle that facilitates Earth being flat. So your coordinate system's going to require a flat Earth. Go ahead. Or is that a ding-dong? It is a ding-dong. Hey, John.
Nathan, can I interrupt for 1 second?
Feel free.
Just to tell Neil, could you find me on Teams and send me a message to find
I just
whatever
did.
chat
I just did. I sent you a message.
on Teams?
Yep.
All right, thank you. Thank you, bro.
stopping him from drawing in a map? Not explicitly shown here is the celestial sphere, which has an infinite radius, and it effectively reduces the...
Whoa, 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 whoa. Aren't you a boltard, Petey, there? Infinite radius? These mathematical concepts like infinite aren't something that can exist in physical reality. Meanwhile, you're a boltard. You got set distances derived from flat Earth measurements of the stars in the first instance. What are you talking about? Celestial sphere with its infinite radial values. You can't have that, mate. No, they're just parallel ground and sky that are being measured, like with angles. So if the sun was further over here, it would present a lower angle. It doesn't mean that the sun's going to smash into the ground when it reaches the horizon. It just means you need a flat Earth to measure it.
The observer in the centre to a point. Therefore, there is no place on the reference plane that holds any meaning. You can't move about on it.
Reference plane? What, like the one you've been measuring when you measure the sun's position on the ground for its ground position? Yeah, you'll need a flat Earth for all of this, PE. Why are you suggesting that Brian's somehow suggesting this proves a flat Earth when it's a prerequisite? It won't be anything other than a flat Earth to get this angle. It's called an altitude angle, as quite accurately described on this diagram you seem to have on screen for your rebuttal. This isn't a rebuttal.
And you certainly can't map it.
Right, we have mapped it. We do map it. Maps are flat. They use coordinate systems that are flat and flat Earth measurements to the stars and their positions above the ground that are also flat Earth angles. So yeah, we definitely have maps there, Petey. Are you insane?
So, in an effort to understand it a little better myself...
Understand what? The maps that we don't have?
I've had a go at constructing the geometry used in this coordinate system.
On a flat plane inside a sphere? Well, that's a complete fail, because your ball won't facilitate you being in hell now, will it? So if you're going to compare this to a globe that's been derived after the fact from flat Earth measurements that work in hell, you're going to struggle to convince me that you're in a ball, Petey. Meanwhile, the measurements are made of the sun with respect to its angle that's going to be converted inside this spherical depiction. It's still just flat Earth elevation angle measurements of stars, though, Petey, regardless of how the maths pads out with you in hell. For your ball faith to work.
And you'll notice that I've split the sky up into two halves.
Have you really, Petey? Really? Well, you just measured it with a flat Earth angle on screen previously.
One hemisphere is visible, and the other cannot be seen.
Oh, really? It just looks like you've got a screen with a circle and two other circles depicting your position inside hell, if you're going to suggest that this is you in any way referencing a globe Earth.
This point on the observer's meridian represents their zenith, and then...
Really? Not in a ball, it won't. You can't be in a ball getting your zeniths, meridians, elevation angles, reference planes. You're not in a ball.
There's this orange line, which all objects on the sphere appear to rotate about.
On the sphere? You're in a sphere, you complete retard. Do you not notice that you're not on the sphere? You're in the sphere, Petey? Are you blind or just retarded like the farmer? Not on anything, dickhead.
Out. Where this line intersects the sphere, we'll find the north and south celestial poles.
Will we? So you're saying that the north and south celestial poles are acquired from hell, Petey? I'm thinking no!
And these angles in red correspond to the observer's latitude from a globe Earth.
No. From a globe Earth inside hell? No, definitely not, Pete. They're elevation angles. They're measurements off a flat surface. So they'll definitely require a flat Earth to measure, and this depiction of a reference plane inside a ball isn't capable of measurement in any way, shape or form for your reification of a globe Earth that you're not standing in.
With the horizon as a reference.
Sorry, do you think that this is a horizon? Sorry, hands up. Who sees a horizon as a fucking hoop? This is not a horizon, Pete! Yeah, well, you dropped on your head, mate. Go outside and seek out a horizon. This is not what it looks like, you stupid clown. You think a horizon's a hoop around you? From inside a ball, representative of a globe Earth in hell. You're an idiot. You're all idiots inside your stupid ball with a horizon hoop. What kind of a moron are you? Do you think the horizon is a freaking hula hoop, son?
The observer can describe the sun's position with...
Can we? No, we measure it, Pete. We don't describe Jack when we measure an elevation angle, the one that Brian adequately had described on screen earlier. We measure the elevation angles of these things, Pete. Yeah?
altitude and azimuth coordinates.
No, we can measure those.
And I think this is a pretty cool way of visualising them.
No, don't need to. We can just measure.
And on any given day, the sun will follow a path based on its declination value, which for simplicity, I have it fixed for the whole day.
Really? Did you measure it from inside hell, per se? Or were you measuring on this reference plane with the angles with respect to the plane that you are measuring for one side of the angle? I'm pretty sure it's the latter there, Pete. You're gonna need a flat earth and you are definitely describing one.
It is worth noting that the sun's declination will in fact be constantly changing as the
You need a flat earth for all of this.
Earth moves in its orbit.
Yeah, you'll need a flat earth to describe all of it. All orbits are also described from the centre point of the ball. That is to say, orbits are described from hell also. They're also derived from elevation angle measurements of the stars with respect to a flat plane. Copernicus converting them to positional data that moves through hell won't help you, Pete. You're not in hell. What part of this don't you understand?
So the sun's path would be more of a tightly wound spiral than a...
No, definitely not. I don't see the tightly wound spiral of the sun when it moves from one side of my vision to the other. That's not a spiral, Pete. Again, were you dropped on your friggin' head? Are you looking at the sun going in spirals? Are you nuts? Like, literally, were you dropped on your head? Are you seeing spiralling suns because you've recently had a concussion? What the unholy hell are you babbling about, you stupid, insane, ball-tarred clown? The sun isn't doing loop-de-loops and spirals. It certainly isn't a frickin' hula hoop around me.
a circle. These points mark where the centre of the sun will be for sunrise and sunset.
Off a flat earth, you're describing it with respect to the angles of a plane that then has an imaginary sphere wrapped around it. You're not in hell on a ball. It's definitely not what you suggested you are. Complete tripe.
And there's a number of ways I can position these, but I've opted to go one math route and I've figured out their Cartesian coordinates.
So you'll need a flat earth for them? Flat earth coordinate system much? Yeah, you'll need a flat earth for all of this, you dumbass.
A little bit of trig.
Trig what? With respect to the plane of reference? Yeah, you'll need a flat earth for it.
I'll take you through these formulas later in the video.
Why? You'll need a flat earth to measure to get the angles.
When looking at lowercase a, the observer's latitude is the Greek letter phi, and
Yeah, that's a flat earth elevation angle to Polaris.
delta is the declination of the sun.
A flat earth declination of the angle with respect to the horizon, a flat earth elevation angle much? Don't use our stuff, Pete. This is absolutely infuriating, you complete retard. You dumbass globers, I've had enough of you. You're all idiots. Stop using our flat earth stuff. It's starting to piss me off royally. Let's just go on camera, just so we all know what's going on here. A few people have the misapprehension that I'm actually annoyed. I'm not. I'll get over this as soon as the show's over. I won't give a toss. But you, like Petey and all the rest of you clowns on the globe earth side of this discussion, this is greatly troubling for you, isn't it? As you use your flat earth elevation angles in hell. And have me, a flat earther, yelling at you and calling you a retard and suggesting you've been dumbed down by being dropped by your parents. That's right. So all the people out there that are under the misapprehension that there has actually been an exodus, nah, you'll still be measuring Earth flat. Yeah, and I'll still be here pointing it out to you. Make no mistake about it. Absolutely lovely. Sorry, let's just snap back into character. Pete, you retard! Don't use our flat Earth measurements! How's that? Is that back in character enough?
But there's also this value alpha, which is controlled from this slider, and it's currently set to 50 arc minutes.
That sounds like an arc minute, what, as in a flat Earth measurement also, Pete. Oh my God, is there anything that you do use that isn't flat Earth directly related?
If I move this to 0, then the moment of sunrise has already come and gone, because that will place the centre of the sun on the horizon. So we might then think about lowering it by the semi-diameter value of 16 arc minutes.
What, measurements with respect to a flat plane of reference much? With respect to a straight line to the horizon much? With respect to this horizontal plane on screen much? My God, you are not in hell, Pete. Hello. Yes, Copernicus duped you into thinking that you're in hell for your orbital motion. Oh, it's really sweet. These idiots. How sweet are they? They just don't understand, do they? They don't understand that the Copernican motion of orbits isn't with respect to their position because they're not in hell. Oh, well, we used to be where you were, Pete, ignorant and stupid, thinking we're on a ball. But then we found out that the measurements are all described with a flat plane underneath every one of them. And then they're reified into measurements? Nah, these are calculations in hell, inside the ball on a flat plane, that you keep describing with arc minutes measurements.
And this would then make sunrise the moment when the sun's upper limb first makes an appearance. But whether rising or setting, refraction at the horizon will cause the sun to appear more elevated than it actually is, by about 34 arc minutes.
34 flat Earth measurements.
So we can also take that into account.
What, the flat Earth elevation angle with respect to the horizon as it moves up and down with respect to it? The rise and fall of the sun with respect to a flat plane of reference? Yeah, we could, Pete. I mean, you're just proving flat Earth over and over again. It's quite irritating given that you've opened this video suggesting that Brian was just, what, joking about a flat Earth that you keep using? In his suggestion that it's a flat Earth? No, you keep using it.
This then makes the zenith distance 90 degrees 50 arc minutes for the points of sunrise and sunset. And this is the same as 90 degrees 50 arc minutes.
I mean, if you extract my disdain and over-the-top reaction to this, it's incredibly boring. You, Pete, are boring. You're boring the tits off me, frankly.
We can also get a very accurate day length from this geometry.
Can you? This is about as exciting as a dead rat.
By measuring the central angle between sunrise and solar noon.
Oh, really? Oh, bloody
Dividing
boring.
this angle by 15 degrees will give us half the total number of hours for the day, which we can then double for the complete day length.
This is boring. You're boring the tits off me. This is boring.
Or we can go the math route again.
Can we? How unbelievably excited I am to hear it.
In this example, we have a sun declination for London of 23.44 degrees, which means we're looking at the June solstice. We're showing 16 hours, 38 minutes and 18 seconds.
With respect to a flat Earth, I mean, there's only so many ways I can get excited and put on disdain for this utter numpty and his boring crap video about how he measures Earth flat repeatedly. I mean, anybody else got anything to add? Because I'm running out of steam, and he's just so tediously boring and monotone, isn't he? Come on, tell me it's not me imagining with his boring-ass diagrams.
You're doing very well, considering the circumstances.
I'm injecting life into this boring crap, aren't I? I mean, I'm giving it everything I've got here, while he moans and monotones his way through this boring-ass diagram and his descriptions of flat Earth being measured constantly. I mean, come on, you've got to zhuzh it up a bit.
Which is only 4 seconds different to what time and day has on their website.
Only 4 seconds difference. Oh my God.
All the other results seem to check out too. Just left of the table there is this plus and minus button, and clicking it will change the sign of these latitude and declination values, essentially reflecting the sun and the observer about the Earth's equator.
This reminds me of when I was about 16 and I went and did a data entry job. And I did it for about a week. And on some of the forms, there was lines of highlighter where I'd fallen asleep and gone up the page with the highlighter. Because it was so freaking tedious. And I remember getting an introduction to how to do the job video played to me, and it was like this. I was falling asleep before the tutorial had ended. It was so boring. I mean, some people are cut out to do those sorts of jobs, and fair play to you, right? If you do that sort of job, I'm not demeaning it, right? Everyone's got to make a living. I totally get it. And some people can do those sorts of things. I can't. I'm just not cut out for it. It would mentally kill me, right? And listening to this guy reminds me of that kind of tedium.
You'll notice a certain symmetry here, and
I didn't notice nothing. I just noted how boring you were.
that only comes from the Earth being a globe.
Well, Nathan,
Does it? It comes from it being a globe, does it? When you've just detailed a whole bunch of flat Earth measurements. I'm thinking no. Go ahead.
this video is for globers who are struggling to sleep at night. Bear that in mind.
Oh, right. Does this get them to sleep as they hear the soothing tones of somebody describing measuring a flat Earth, only to occasionally drop in, this is because Earth's a globe, you know? Does that send them to sleep? It's not because you're measuring a globe.
It certainly helps.
What this flat plane does is completely take a giant steaming dump on any pain relief that you might have offered to people who had listened to you prior to me coming along, calling you boring and pointing out how flat Earth must be for you to design any of these software-based flat Earth using prerequisites that you've been describing up until now.
The sun's path doesn't appear to have changed at all, but everything else seems to be mirrored. So before I go through what I did to obtain each of the formulas used in this project, let's take a look at a few different cities.
Hello, Adam.
Good afternoon.
Do you extract any mathematical joy from listening to this boring tripe?
I've not heard anything. I've literally just dived in to see if you're on for the book tonight because I'm still at work. So.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I might round out the show relatively early, though, like on the hour, because I can feel pain creeping into my face because of how annoyed I am with this boring ass video. I shouldn't be laughing and such like.
This was
come
Punta
back and
Arenas,
end
Chile.
early. I like it.
Say again?
Come back and end early. That's the way to hit it.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, is there any concept of motion, shape, or just anything that exists in the physical world that isn't with respect to the plane of reference?
No. All of it always references a flat Earth. We had a new one.
Not according to the farmer.
You take it away, Neil. Right, we had a new example. I don't know if you heard earlier. Were you here earlier when the farmer was here?
Nope. Sure he did, though.
I'd never thought about it. But yeah, farming proves Earth's measured flat. Everything proves Earth's measured flat. Is there anything not with respect to a plane? No.
In December 2024, where the Flat Earth contingent of the final experiment were making southern skyline observations. The YouTuber Scientism watched the sun set south of west, light up the sky to the...
Wait, sorry, south of west? Oh, PT. You're using descriptions that require Earth be a flat plane of reference, right? North, south, east and west only function on a plane. These aren't global spherical directions, you utter buffoon.
south, and then rise a short while after south of east, all while the lit portion of the skyline was moving right to left. This was when it dawned on him, and I'm not just talking about the sun. He realised he was watching the sun out in space.
So why are we now on top of a ball? Yeah? You're describing your position from a Copernican bastardization where you take what was measured and described previously from within a ball You think this sleight of hand is clever, you stupid idiot? Do you think I wouldn't notice that we're suddenly on top of the spherical ball that you've reified into existence based on your PZX positioning? No, Pete. No. No, you were in a ball tracking the angles. Now it seems that you've substituted your position for the sun's position on the hemispherical depiction measured from a plane you previously used here. Yeah, this wasn't a very good sleight of hand, Pete. You wouldn't make a good magician. It was not subtle.
Space lighting up half the planet as the Earth was turning. The sun here is in the direction of the dark blue arrows. After the sun sets south of west, it's easy to see.
South of west, what? Describes only on a flat plane.
Why they witnessed a lit skyline in the south.
On a flat Earth. That's a direction with respect to a plane, moron.
As the lit portion of the sky wasn't actually that far away from their
But does this actually work on the Baltards as they see this graphical description that's like a basic bait and switch that's really unsubtle? Do they hear his words describing flat Earth directions and go, oh, but look, there's a ball I'm on in this graphic, so therefore everything's cushy?
Location. The brighter part of the skyline travelling right to left until the sun rose again, south of east, precisely as the globe model expected. Preset 27 is for Punta Arenas, and I've used SunCalc to look up the declination value for solar noon for the 12th. And this is the result. As you can see, the sun is travelling right to left as you face it, which...
No, mate, this looks nothing like the world I inhabit, yeah? You're nuts. This is a Copernican bastardization now back within the ball that you were previously describing Jaren on. Okay. Yeah, but meanwhile, you did actually have a visual representation that had a horizon in it. Did it look like a hoop? Did this look like this hoop here? No, Petey. Hello? Measuring a parallel sky with a parallel plane in the angles that it depicts to then reposition them mathematically as an arc above your position doesn't mean that we stand within a ball that we're back in. Yeah, we were on it a second ago for a brief time, after looking what a real horizon looks like from Jaren's perspective. Perspective that this doesn't include, I might add. Just elevation angle measurements to a parallel plane and sky. The only way these angles can be measured. For later depiction within a ball.
Which for some of us northerners is a bit strange, but...
Northerners is...
But absolutely normal for those who live far enough south.
These are flat earth directions, you stupid numpty.
From this view, you can imagine the TFE participants standing on the coastline looking south.
And we had a picture of what it looked like, right? You showed us. Jaren showed, he had video, right? Did it look like this? Let's just compare, right? Let's get a little timestamp. I think I can just about do it with the thumbnail if I make it big enough, right? Let's just get it big. Okay, so here's what apparently we're picturing it looking like. Okay, right, this kind of looks like a little symbol of some description. That's what it looks like to me. Let's see if it matches what Jaren saw. I'm going to go with no! Definitely not. But Pete here was dropped on his head by his mother. So in his mind, these two match. Right, dipshit?
And it makes perfect sense.
No, it doesn't. I made you look like a clown just by putting up what Jaren actually videoed.
Comparing
Oh my God, say something, you're so boring!
with time and date, well, we're only 12 seconds out either side of solar noon in a day that lasted nearly 17 hours, so I'm going to take that. The other values are a match too.
That's really good.
Go ahead.
That is awesome. The predictive power of measurements from a flat plane can get the time and date of the sun and where its projected position will be at a certain time. It's amazing what you can do when you measure a flat plane. He's right.
Those of us who followed the final experiment saw the sun circle the camp going right to left and never setting, not going higher than 34 degrees in the north.
34 what now? What? angle with respect to a horizontal plane of reference, Pete? Yeah, we pointed it out to the TFE participants, and they just told you and others like you that are numpties who have dropped on their head that there was a flat Earth exodus. What, for the elevation angle off a flat Earth to prove that it ain't flat? No, definitely not, Pete. You're proving flat Earth, though. Well done.
Or lower than 13 degrees to the
Degrees off a flat Earth. 13 degrees, that's an elevation angle, Pete. It's a flat Earth prerequisite. Let me put mine on screen. There you go. It's a bit like yours, isn't it? It's like we've got this angle from our position where we stand on a flat plane, up, yeah, with respect to the sky, and along the ground that must be flat. Yeah, it's called an elevation angle, Pete. Yeah, mine looks a bit like yours, eh? It's just I'm not pretending I stand inside a ball to later pretend I stand here. Like you did, yeah? You see, I've got both of them plotted on mine at the same time. Yeah, it's like it makes the bait and switch you did earlier really obvious, isn't it, Pete? Like what, we measure it with respect to this plane here, but then we pretend that this square plane here that ent the curved surface is actually what we measured. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't a very good, it was very unsubtle when you did it, Pete. It's even less subtle with my diagrams depicting it on screen, eh? Me being the flat earther, revealing your bait and switch that was offering pain relief to some of your compadres.
south. And for the last one, I have to head over to Margate, South Africa, where Flatsoid made some Christmas morning sunrise observations. And basically...
Right, why'd you keep showing us this, shithead? This is not what Flatsoid will have shown. This will not have any bearing or comparison to what he shows. I absolutely guarantee that Pete, in his nonsensical idiot buffoonery, having been dropped on his head, thinks that this will match anything that Flatsoid shows. It won't.
Basically, this is the path he saw the sun take.
Really? Let's see what he shows.
Every moment, the sun's altitude and azimuth are predicted.
No, altitude and azimuth are the respect to a flat plane measurements that, Pete, you're using. Yeah, you keep using flat Earth measurements, mate. Yeah? You're very boring. You keep measuring a flat Earth.
Just by using his latitude on a sphere.
Latitude on a sphere? That's an oxymoron. Latitude's a measurement to Polaris with respect to a flat plane. It's not on a sphere, you idiot! Didn't ask that question, but we'll have to ask it now. Housekeeping right at the end of the show, which is a bit weird. Any evidence you can acquire an elevation angle measurement to Polaris? From a curved baseline? Like on a globe? Anybody? Anybody at all?
Elevations from level. Level's flat.
Yeah, Pete, you don't get latitudes from a ball. You're an idiot.
Nathan, you don't understand. A farmer said he has to account for curvature while farming. That's it. Earth is curved. Face it.
Well, no, everything that Pete's been showing on screen is with respect to a flat plane, isn't it? Getting mentioned, farmer, about your flat Earth
Yeah,
measurements.
John, refracted. He used acres,
You're right,
and Nathan
guys.
tried to hold him to
you
it,
just
and he
mentioned
ran
me.
away.
You mentioned me. I mean, what do you want to talk about?
Your flat Earth measurement that you offered us.
You got to acknowledge acres,
yeah,
buddy.
Computers in the tractors have to account for curvature of the Earth to get straight tram lines. That's all I said.
So straight.
Straight tram lines.
Straight.
Yeah.
Straight, not curved.
But anyway, you haven't been disproving this video. You've just been shouting at it in a kind of like idiotic man shouts at the fucking sky.
Can you not swear on
Be
my
a good
show?
rebuttal.
Not a good rebuttal.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. I didn't know swearing wasn't allowed.
Yeah, it's showing
you've
flat
been
Earth
kind of like
measurements.
man
Okay,
shouts-
so you're saying
man
I'm
shouts
shouting
at
at the
the sky
video.
kind of way.
Okay, I heard you. And now I'm going to respond.
Yeah, that's all you've been doing.
Yeah, I heard you. Now I'm
You haven't
responding to you.
disproved anything.
Yeah, you keep telling me what I'm doing.
Go.
Yeah, he's got
Good
flat
boy.
Earth measurements on screen in the video that Petey is being responded to with. He's using flat Earth prerequisites and flat Earth elevation angles. They're on screen right now. Presumably having got the link, because that's what you interrupted for originally, to get the link
yeah,
so you can see what's on screen. I haven't finished
yeah.
speaking there, idiot that's been dropped on his head. You didn't hear a pause, I didn't take breath, I hadn't finished speaking. I told my
You did,
audience
but-
that you were dumbass who's interrupting me for the second time, so I'm going to have to close that line because he's a wanker. He's still talking while I'm pointing out it's his second interruption. Yeah. You've got the stream. Yeah, we know, farm boy. You can see what's on screen. You see this angle, farm boy? It's a flat Earth prerequisite. Do you see it? It's on screen.
It's not.
Oh, right. Where's the curve in this angle?
So, I wasn't even watching. Let me look.
Well, then you're a retard. So you just told me it wasn't a flat Earth prerequisite, and now you're saying you weren't watching. I'm watching you, a complete retard farm boy, be demolished by me, Nathan Oakley, a flat earther, when I point out that you telling me I'm ranting at PT's video and then pointing out that there's a flat Earth prerequisite angle measurement in the video on screen now, the one that you said you'd got a link to at the beginning of the show. Yeah, that's a flat Earth prerequisite. It's not me ranting at a PT video. It's me telling you and an audience that Earth is measured flat. It's demonstrably, factually demonstrated by my opponent, PT, with his example that is on screen for my audience to peruse, farm boy.
Nathan,
what say you?
You wanna feel some power?
You wanna stutter at me, boy? You wanna stutter at me?
You're an ugly bald twat.
Ugly bald twat's not a rebuttal. That's a cowering cuck of a ball believer who's given us a flat Earth measurement of hectares and acres. That's what that is.
Just give us your measurements of curve, buddy.
Yeah, he hasn't got any. He told us the computer says curve in his fucking farm truck. Did computer say curve with a straight line for the tracks?
Oh, you're a bit angry.
You're stuttering, yeah, boy. You're stuttering, farm boy. Yeah, okay, you stutter and stammer about flat Earth tracks in the land that's flat, measured with acres. You stutter and stammer at me there, boy. I'll put you in your place.
No, I haven't stuttered a single time. You're a bald twat. You beg for
way.
outside of Weatherspoons.
No way. Wait a second. Nathan, are you for real, Nathan?
Am I
Also,
for real?
no Portuguese people talking. Ali,
Am I for real? I mean, yeah, I'm absolutely for real. When I say Earth is measured flat with acres, that's me being for real. You know what I mean? I mean, being called a bold twat because I take this idiot farm boy's example of a flat Earth measurement and shove it right down his throat while he tells him about bold twat as a rebuttal. That's an ad hominem fallacy, retard.
You gave us the flat Earth measurements with acres, buddy.
Yeah, he can't acknowledge it. All he can do is call me a bold twat.
you are a bold twat.
Who measures Earth flat with acres? You proved Earth's
okay,
flat.
can you listen?
Okay, I'm a
Can you
bold
listen?
twat. You measured Earth's flat.
Okay, listen. Explain gravity. Explain seasons. Explain
You
the
measured
tides.
Earth flat.
Okay,
you
explain
did.
the seasons.
You did. Do you think flailing and demanding that I explain nonsensical non-forces of gravity is going to change that you offered a flat Earth measurement here? Do you think that's going to change that?
I didn't offer anything.
Acres! Yo, you spastic that was dropped on your fucking head!
Oh,
Acres! Do you hear me, boy? Do you hear me?
Okay. It's okay. Shush, 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 shush. It's okay.
Shh! Acres, you fucking retard.
Calm me down.
You're a
Is that
retard.
the
You
best
gave
you
us
got,
acres a flat Earth
Glover?
measurement. Hello? Are you retarded? Do you understand
That's
English?
like calling centimeters a flat Earth measurement.
It is. Centimeters
Yes, it is.
are also a flat Earth measurement. That's absolutely correct. You unbelievable spastic. That's like saying centimeters are flat.
Nathan.
They are! You stupid dipshit!
Nathan. Yeah, they are flat.
Yeah! So it's like saying acres are like centimetres which are flat. Yeah, well done for the second flat Earth proof you've given us.
But you're not.
But stutter at me, bitch! You pathetic globe-believing cuck. Call me a bold twat. You proved Earth is measured flat, you stupid dumbass farm boy.
It's okay. Come on.
What, to measure Earth flat
you
with centimetres?
Glovers are
Yeah, it's
hilarious.
okay to measure Earth flat with hectares and acres. Yet you did it. You were the one who measured it. And when it was pointed out to you that you measured Earth flat, you called me a bold twat and asked me
no.
to define
you are-
gravity and talk through me incessantly. Yet you're the one who's a twat. You're incessantly yammering through the top of me, taking your evidence and proving Earth is flat with your standards that you measure.
Okay. Explain gravity or seasons.
So you're going to flail with the same shit? You proved Earth is measured flat.
No, distance is a...
No, it's not a rebuttal. Yes, acres are flat.
I'm telling you.
I'm just telling you, just stuttering, boy. You're a stuttering buffoon being ripped a new asshole by Nathan Oakley, the flat earther, with your own standards and your own measurements that you use in farming. You measured Earth flat. All you can do is talk through me. That's all you've got in rebuttal.
The Earth is really big.
Oh, really? So it's measured flat because it's so big?
It's really big. Yeah.
So it's measured flat because it's really big, right?
Yeah, because... So
stutter for me, you pathetic globe-believing bitch. Yeah, Earth is measured flat.
Yeah, because it's really
flat,
big.
Whoever is talking from
gravity.
G+, shut your stupid mouth.
Ooh.
Yo, dumbass farm boy. Earth is measured flat not because it's so big, just because that's how Earth is measured.
Nathan, we all love here.
Measure it out a bigger scale then.
Right, excuse me, we measure Earth flat. There's no globe measurement. They're all flat measurements, and your only rebuttal is to say, yes, we do measure Earth flat, but only because it's really big. No, there's no globe measurements to show that it's a really big ball, only flat Earth measurements like acres, the ones that you gave us.
So, okay, so...
So, do you want to stutter a response to me? Because you've offered a flat Earth proof in the form of acres, and then demanded as a response when having that pointed out that I have to explain what fucking gravity is. Yeah, I can swear to a fucktard ball believer farm boy. Yo,
Okay.
fuckwit. Earth's measured flat with acres, retard. Telling me that I'm a bald twat isn't a response. Demanding I explain gravity's not a response. Stuttering at me
Nathan.
and talking through me is not a
Nathan.
response.
Shush. Nathan,
Telling me to shush is not a response when you measure Earth flat with acres.
you're just speaking at me. I'm not listening to anything you're saying.
Yeah, we know you're not speaking. You're a pathetic, cowering, globe-believing cuck who can't cope with your own standards being put back at you as a flat Earth prerequisite. Your only rebuttal is to tell me I'm a globe-believing twat? Baldy? Yeah, that's you, mate. You're the twat. You're a globe believer. You're the one with a belief. You're the one telling me it's so big we measure it flat. I'm the one responding, yeah, we measure it flat.
Yep.
We're hungry too.
You're so correct. We measure it flat.
Yes, we do.
So you could measure a ball flat if you...
No, that's unbelievably retarded. Were you dropped on your fucking head, farm boy? You will never measure a ball flat. You are a fucking retard.
You look like you were dropped on your teeth.
No, I will just say again my response to your fucking retarded notion that balls get measured flat. They do not.
They could be. I mean,
They could be if you're a fucking retard farm boy who was dropped on his head, then you can measure a ball flat. For us that aren't fucking retards who are dropped on our heads by our farming parents, we won't be measuring any ball flat ever. That fundamentally is incongruent with what a fucking ball is. You stupid globe-believing spastic who has confessed we measure a flat with acres.
do you know what a parabola is, Nate?
Do I know that we measure a flat with acres?
I know.
Do I get you to stutter? Yeah, I do, bitch. I can get you to stutter real easily.
Because you just seem to swear and shout at...
I call you a bitch when you swear at me and call me a bold twat in response to me suggesting that your measurement of acres are flat. Your response was to call me a bold twat, so I'm calling you a ball-believing spastic.
Let me
Stutter? Yeah, acres, fuckwit. Let me stutter? Yeah, you can do that. We know you can do that. I'm letting you stutter.
Nathan.
Yeah, you say my name, you globe-believing spastic who has dropped on his head. We, you, everyone measure Earth flat always.
Nathan, it's not...
Say my name, you stuttery bitch. We measure Earth flat. You measure Earth flat with acres.
Nathan.
You say my name, acres are measured flat. Nothing you do will change that, you stuttery globe-believing spastic who felt the need to call me a bold twat in response to your own flat Earth-proving measurements.
Little boy, shush.
No, I'm not a little boy. I'm 44. I've got 2 children. I do know Acres prove Earth's measured flat, and the globe-believing spastic retard dropped on his head by his mother proved it when he told me about those flat Earth-only measurements. And when pointing out just how Earth flat must be, you told me I was a, what, bold twat?
You are a bold twat.
And that changes that those measurements are a flat Earth prerequisite. I don't think that ad hominem fallacy changes your flat Earth measurements.
Anyway, can you listen?
Anyway, we won't be, what, acknowledging the flat Earth measurements that you use? Not in any way. We'll just keep doing this all day until you acknowledge your own flat Earth measurements.
Nathan, can you just listen to me for once?
No, I'll keep telling you what you told me about the flat Earth measurements you used. I did listen, but then when repeating back what I listened to, you don't want to hear your own words.
Nathan, shush.
No, I'm keep telling you that we're measuring Earth flat with your measurements, and you just keep telling me to shut up. Do you not like hearing your own words back to you? You told us that we measured in the tractor.
Stop.
Stop! Make it stop! Make him telling me my own measurements and how flat Earth they must be. Make it stop. No, Earth is measured flat with acres.
You talked about oxymorons earlier.
No, I talked about acres. It was what you told me. That's what I talked about. It seems like you don't like your own fucking words said back to you.
You can't prove...
You stutter when I say acres for some reason. They were your words. You brought it up. I've never used acres before. I'll be adding it to the list, though. Thank you. We don't usually use acres. But it's nice of you to bring it up. Did you want to tell me that I don't listen to you and your acres we measure Earth flat with? Because I definitely listened to you. I'm now repeating back what you told me about how Earth must be measured flat with acres.
You're shouting into the wind. I'm not listening to you, Nathan.
So then get lost. Why are you here if you can't tolerate me? It seems that you're triggering my G+ panel as well. We also can't bear it. Go ahead.
Yeah, Nathan, one second. Yo, brother, how do you expect... My question to you is, why would you argue with Nathan about Nathan measure flat?
Because
if you yourself just said
me having a pause before I speak is me thinking before I speak. You can't do that because you're a fucking flat Earth. You don't use your brain in any facet of life.
Stop being triggered. Stop being triggered.
No, I'm not triggered. Explain to me, New Moon.
You sound very triggered. Okay.
I just think Nathan and
yourself,
probably if you believe in a flat Earth too, I think you're morons.
He just needs about a couple of minutes to just get out everything he needs to insult me and berate me because I've proven Earth's flat with his own measurements. Now he's absolutely furious about it and wants to tell my audience how stupid I am in his estimation. That's what he wants to do. He's not listening to you, Chocolate.
Baldy, I'm trying to listen.
Yeah, Meanwhile, he's the asshat who just said you could measure a ball flat. So why are you arguing with Nathan about
you can measure a plane
you
flat
yourself just said
because the world is really big, New Moon.
So big that you can't measure it curved? So big that you can't measure it spherically.
You can measure it curved. You can measure it.
Oh, you can. Go on then. Where's the curve measurement?
I mean, I could look it up and give it to you.
Oh, you could look it up, could you, spastic fucktard retard who was dropped on his head? No, there is no flat Earth measurement. There's a calculation that uses elevation angles and depression angles to assert there's a physical geometric sphere-edge horizon, formerly known as Earth curve, at 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet, as per your globe Earth mathematics. Now, I know your mathematics so well that I can recite them back to you while you interrupt me incessantly. You don't know them, you fucking retard. Of course you don't. You're a spastic.
That's a rude word. You shouldn't use that.
You're a fucking retard. I can tell you that it's at 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet because I know your stupid batshit insane mathematics and how they'll need surface level to calculate your height off it. To infer the distance to horizon, that's Earth curve, is at 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet, off a flat plane. You can tell me that you'll look it up, you stupid, spastic globe believer who has nothing but interruptions from me educating on you and your Earth curve that you don't know, you stupid retard.
It's gonna be okay.
What, you looking up your Earth curve that you don't fucking know?
Do you believe in this picture? Look at this.
So you're going to segue onto some picture now when I'm talking about how Earth curve is at 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet off a flat plane. Something you've just told my audience you'd have to go away and look up. And as a result, you're getting called retarded.
Look at the picture.
Look at what, stuttery spastic? You're getting told off by me for being thick. You've just told me to look it up. I know your Earth curve maths, you stupid farm boy retard.
Could you unmute Scientism, because he was also talking and he...
Sorry, you're going to tell me how to run my show now, spastic farm boy? I know your maths you said you could go away and talk about after looking it up. I'm addressing that thing you just said to me, idiot. You don't seem to want to listen to the fact that you just said, I'll go and look it up, while you're arguing with me, someone who knows better.
You don't.
And you said you're going to go look it up.
No, he's just going to keep talking, Chocolate.
No.
The stupidest idiot retard in the room hasn't shut his fucking mouth the entire time he's been here. He thinks he's got the right to keep talking to us. You're the stupidest person here, retard. Don't you get it?
Bubbles.
Nathan, you're being a little hard on him. He's in a lot of pain. You can't sense that?
Yeah, I can sense the amount of pain this fucking retard farm boy's in. He's trying to take it out on me, calling me a bald twat. What, because I understand your spastic globe maths that you said you'd go away and look up?
Nathan, be quiet. Can I talk?
No, you're not going to get to tell me what to do, you fucking farm boy spastic. I'll tell you what to do. Go and look up your fuckwit maths at 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet, so next time you come here you don't get told off by me. The one chastising you for being a retard. Tell me to shut up.
Nathan, it's okay. Be quiet.
It's okay, what, you not knowing Earth curve maths, spastic?
Everyone knows Earth curves maths. There's no...
Oh, do they? At what distance is the geometric horizon if everybody knows Earth curve maths? What distance is it?
Have you ever seen a...
Sorry, asking me what something is isn't answering what you've just said everybody knows.
Okay, explain. Ask me a question, sorry.
What distance is the geometric horizon?
Distance to the geometric horizon.
Yeah, something you just said everyone knows.
That sentence makes no sense.
You fucking retard. It's at 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet in the begging the question, proof of nothing, perspective hijacking Earth curve maths. You total retard. Now fuck off and go and learn your own spastic maths.
I know maths.
So you know where the geometric horizon is, do you, Dumbo?
I
know how to stutter when being chastised by Nathan Oakley. Yeah, I know I can get you to stutter.
Nathan Oakley.
Yeah, that's my name, bitch. 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet is where your mathematical reification of a geometric horizon is. Do you hear me, boy?
And that's where we can see...
Oh, really? Is that where you told me it was, did you, spastic? Is that where everybody knows it is, retard? Because you seem to infer everybody knew except you. So it seems everybody knows where that is except you spastic.
Oh, well...
Well, you're a retard! So fuck off, retard. Yeah, you've got told off by Nathan Oakley. Enjoy the taste of my nuts, you stupid twat.
Yourself like you're some kind of legend.
I am a fucking legend. I'm a legend that's ripping you a new asshole for a live audience. I am the legend known as Nathan Oakley, the one and only.
Oh my god, that's unfortunate.
What's your name?
Panel full of flat earthers that you can measure a ball flat.
Your name is Nobody Gives Two Shits Who You Are. With that, I'll say if you are watching this on either Nathan Oakley 1980 or Nathan Oakley Premiering Streams, then stay tuned, as there will be an after show to follow. Unfortunately, though, if you are watching this live, this is where we bid you farewell. So, another massive thank you to all of you who liked, commented, shared, subscribed, joined as a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member, and all that good stuff. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I will see you all in the next video. Shout out to Retro Bill and Jardo for hitting the super chat. He says hello from Sri Lanka on holiday. Chaos in Discord. Stay tuned for the after show.